Hi all, my name is Renata, and during this quarantine time because of coronavirus, I know that a lot of people are discovering new hobbies and starting new projects. So I was thinking, what could I do? And I decided to create my own book club. So I decided to bring some books and then we can discuss about them. I can share with you my thoughts, and if you like it, you can see the next one and you can leave some comments. Maybe you can suggest some books that I can read later and then we can talk about them too. So I really hope you guys enjoy it. I decided to start with a book that I am in love with. Well, probably you have heard about this story, but maybe not about the book, but about a series that is on Netflix about a lovely orphan red-haired girl called Anne, which would love to be called Cordelia, but unfortunately she is not that lucky. So I brought here the first book. The book is called Anne of Green Gables. So it is a series of books that inspired Netflix to create the series Anne with an E. It starts the same way. It is about two siblings, Matthew Cuthbert and Marilla Cuthbert, who are a little bit old already and decided they would like to have a boy to help them with the farm chores. So they were really clear about what they wanted. They arranged everything with the orphanage and they said, I would like to have a boy to help me on the farm. So they set the time, they arranged everything, and then Matthew Cuthbert went to the train station to pick up the boy. And when he got there wasn't any boy. There was a girl, a red-haired girl who wouldn't stop talking. And he was like, Jesus, I want a boy. I don't want a girl. I don't need a girl. What will I do with a girl? He was like, the girls cannot help in the farm. And the girl that was there, that was Anne, she was like really happy because she would finally be adopted, because she would finally go to a home, because she would finally belong to someone, which was her dream. And then Matthew saw that girl and he said, I cannot leave her here alone in the train station, like she has nobody in the world. And then he brought her home. When Marilla Cuthbert saw Matthew coming home with a girl, she got crazy. She said, no, I don't want a girl. I don't need a girl. What will I do with a girl? I don't want it. You have to take her back. I don't want her. And then they were like, oh my god, what will we do? And Anne started crying and it was heartbreaking. Really, it was really hard to read that. Then they decided that they would let her sleep there for that night, and then on the next day Marilla would take Anne back to the orphanage because she could obviously not trust Matthew. Okay, so they went to the orphanage again. Marilla explained what happened. She said, no, I don't want this girl, I want a boy, I want to switch it, so I will give you the girl and you give me a boy. And Anne was there like listening to everything, and she couldn't do anything because nobody wanted her, and it was really, really sad. And like the lady apologized because of the mistake, and then she said that there was another lady that would like to have a girl to help her, and then they took Anne there to meet the lady and to ask if the lady would like to have Anne to help her. And then the lady was like a really bad lady, and she said, yeah, I need a girl here to obey me and to do the chores, to take care of my kids, and yeah, like someone just to help, not someone to belong to the family. And then Marilla Cuthbert saw that and saw Anne's face, and she said, no, I cannot leave this girl here, no. I'll think more about that. And then she decided to bring Anne home again. So then the story begins. Anne is a lovely girl. She talks a lot. She has an imagination that is beyond our imagination. She likes to nominate things, so everything needs to have a name for her. And She hates her name. She wouldn't like to be called Anne. She would like to be called Cordelia. She hates her hair because she has a red hair, and she absolutely hates that. She would love to have a black hair. And then I found out that it's not just one book, it's not just Anne of Green Gables, but there is a series of 8 books. So I haven't read all the books yet, so I can talk about the 5 first books because I am currently reading number 5, that is Anne's House of Dreams. And I can say that this is my favorite one so far. So this is the first one. She's 11 years old when she arrives at Marilla's and Matthew's house. Then we have the second one, that's Anne of Avonlea. Is when she finishes school, she goes to college, she comes back to Avonlea, and she becomes the school teacher. And here starts the romance with our really lovely Gilbert Blythe. I am sure that if you watched the Netflix series, you already love Gilbert Blythe. I have a second favorite one, that is Anne of the Island. I really loved this one. So on this one, she goes to the university to continue her education. She lives in a border house and she meets some friends there, and they decided to rent a house for them, and it becomes a really good house and it is lovely. You will love the characters in these books, the new friends that she makes. I thought it was magic, it was amazing. Like, you feel that you live there with those girls, and it's really nice. I love it. And the best thing that happens here is that Gilbert Blythe and Anne decides to get married. So they get engaged, but Gilbert Blythe decides to study to be a doctor, and he needs 3 more years to finish his course. So he tells Anne that he really loves her, he wants to get married to her, but they need to wait 3 more years to finally get married. And she says yes, of course. Everybody would marry Gilbert Blythe. And then we have Anne of Windy Poplars. This one, I have to tell you, I'm not really sure if I really liked it. I think maybe we didn't need this one. We could go from the engagement to the wedding. We have to suffer 3 long years here waiting to get married to Gilbert Blythe. So this book is divided in 3 parts. So it's the first year, the second year, and the third year. And while she waits to get married, she becomes the principal of the school in another town, and she goes to another house that is called Windy Poplars. It is a lovely house too, with lovely characters. And here we can see some letters that Anne sends to Gilbert while they are apart. And now I am on the 5th one, that is Anne's House of Dreams. She's 25 years old already. She goes back to Green Gables. She meets Gilbert. They finally get married, and they move to Four Winds because Gilbert is now a doctor, and his grand uncle used to be the doctor of this town. So he passes this position to Gilbert, and Gilbert becomes the doctor of the town. So I would suggest, if someone got interested about this story and would like to read it, would like to comment it, so we can talk about this. And on the next video I will say something else about this, because I will have this finished. And I will also talk about the last one, about Anne's story, that is Anne of Ingleside, which by the cover we can guess that she has a baby. So we will continue talking about this amazing story written by Lucy Montgomery. I forgot to say, the first book was written in 1908. So yeah, it is a really old book, a really old story. I simply love it. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. If you have some suggestions for the next books, we can talk about it. You can leave a comment here. If you liked it, please give me a like. And that's it. Thank you. Bye bye.